Another day, another dollar, right? So what if it's getting harder? You just gotta push more. You're a cooking creator. This is what you do. This is who you are. Don't ask questions like, where's my energy? And where's the spark? Maybe it's time to go.
Grab your saddle and get your gun. Take only what you need, pack light, take flight, hightail.
In an instant, the world's a blur. We've traveled 2,000 miles in 5 hours to a place we've never been. This is the American West. We've got supplies and a plan. You gotta forget your old life, hold on tight, and open your eyes. Whatever your morning routine, you can't escape the strangeness of waking up in a new place. But there's still a jolt to it when you don't find yourself where you usually are. It propels you forward as you explore the elements that bring this new world to life. In 1970, American sculptor Robert Smithson constructed a massive art installation in this place. 1,500 feet of basalt rock form a spiral on the northern edge of the Great Salt Lake. This wasteland of salt is uninhabitable to everything but specific strains of salt-tolerant bacteria and algae. They thrive in this desolate place, their colonies tinting the lake with a deeply alien fuchsia. Now, the more these excursions demand of us, the hungrier we get, and the better everything seems to taste. Once we're refueled, we're ready to head south. The landscape keeps changing. We drive into those red rocks on the horizon, completely surround us. We've arrived at Bryce Canyon. It's a sensory explosion of aromas, colors, rocks, trees, and open skies. You can only try to capture it. Experiencing it for the first time is enough to overload your senses.
Ooh, are you getting it? Are you getting it for me too? You're gonna share it with me? Oh
Maybe.
my god! Another one! Another tunnel! This is so cool. Well, if you play this for anybody, please give them the context that I've been driving for 7 hours.
I will not.
You will not give that context?
It's another morning, another espresso, and another day in paradise. Now that we're a ways from civilization, our day trips require planning. We fill our backpacks with bags of chips, sunflower seeds, and other snacks. But the most important one to sustain us is our 2 pounds of quickly diminishing prosciutto di San Daniele. This hike, it's stunning and demanding. We walk nearly 2,000 feet in elevation until we reach the top of Bryce Point. Our chips are barely holding on at this altitude. These snacks are our hard-fought prize that we have to guard with our lives. The descent back down is equally as incredible as the way up. I'm grateful gravity is working in our favor on this leg of the trip. Once we make it back, we're ready and ravenous for a proper meal. There's something to be said about earning your supper. This is exactly what we want, but more importantly, this is exactly what our tired bodies need. We won't have another kitchen to work with the rest of the way. Every night going forward will now be in a new place. We have to be ready. Things are starting to get faster. Every morning we wake up, we're going to be on the road again. And not all dusty trails are created equal.
One, two, 3, 4.
This is Cottonwood Canyon Road. It's 47 miles of unpaved road connecting Utah and Arizona, and I've never been farther away from civilization in my life. The road is completely intraversable if it's rained recently. And even when it's dry, you better have four-wheel drive. There's no cell reception here, and we only saw 2 other cars on this 3-hour drive. It would be an understatement to call this the scenic route. This relatively short stretch of dirt feels like a portal through 1,000 worlds. The scenery changes drastically and without warning. The color palette here is a wild, motley melange of rocks and soil. It's chaos, all carpeted in a collage of desert green. There are hills where huge rocks have rolled down on either side of this road, and my anxiety wonders if another few will jar loose and come hurtling at us. Before I can worry too much about it, the winding road leads us somewhere new again, and somehow, impossibly, even more desolate.
This just changed so suddenly.
It really did.
A long day of driving was meant to be restful after a strenuous day of hiking the day before. The experience on this rocky road was like nothing else. Yet my mental fatigue as just the passenger in this car was a workout I wasn't expecting. Once we finally hit smooth, paved roads, there was still more to take in. The vistas were only just beginning as we ventured into Arizona. On a trip like this, it's not hard to use all this natural beauty as another kind of fuel. And we needed it. As the daylight turned golden and we inched towards our hotel for the night, we steadied ourselves on firm ground, took a breath, and took in what the day gave us. Dinner, it was earned, but it didn't quite go as planned. I can't eat dairy, and that extra tamale I ordered was smothered in it. I'm grateful for everything else on those plates, because this meal was about sustenance first. We craved it. After we solved the mysteries of the Arizona time zone, there wasn't much time left in the day for anything but deep, restful sleep to recover from the day before we headed out tomorrow. We need breakfast, because today is our hardest adventure yet.
How many nights have I been wandering on the trail? How many times have I been drugged down the hill?
We know what's ahead of us today, and we're not going to let anything get in our way.
We're not stopping here.
Sorry, baby doll.
Did you see all that?
We've got a schedule to keep and a boat to catch. We've arrived at Horseshoe Bend, just outside of Marble Canyon. At its northernmost point is Glen Canyon Dam, a massive reservoir and churning hydroelectric plant that slows the fierce Colorado River to a relative trickle. In the shadow of that 700-foot wall of concrete is an Eden unlike any I've seen. We've been dropped 8 miles upstream with a paddleboard and a kayak. These towering cliffs around us are a demonstration of nature's relentless power. The river carved this canyon over eons, a span of approximately 6 million years. For context, the first humans stepped out of Africa only 300,000 years ago. And us two, we've been around just a few years over 40.
Oh, I thought it was a photo.
This is a place of extremes. The water is still icy cold from its trip down the mountains, but today's temperature is hovering around 90 degrees. I'm grateful for the cold river, my hat, my sunglasses, and the generous pockets of shade provided by this winding path. But as the day wears on, the sun has only grown more intense. After almost 4 hours of paddling, my arms are exhausted. My skin is sunburnt and my lips are dry and cracked. Once we reach the end, my energy is completely sapped. We're starving. We're staying at the only game in town. There's a restaurant with food I can eat, but it turns out not all the staff showed up today. The kitchen's behind schedule. We linger at our table, my soul starting to leave its body from hunger, until mercifully, tacos appear. As it turns out, these wild lands, they haven't taken me yet. Every day we wake up a little earlier and push a little harder. I'm tired. Food is fuel, but it's like I'm always refilling an empty tank. This place will always fill your eyes with color, but there's a cost. Our trip is almost over. We have one long day of driving ahead of us. And true to our journey so far, we'll again travel into another world altogether.
Canyon. That's where French fries come. Did you know that?
I did. Everybody knows that.
Okay, just checking. I wasn't sure.
As we climb in elevation, everything becomes more lush, more verdant. This isn't the desert anymore. If not for those unmistakable red rocks, we'd swear we're half a world away. Most foreign to us, though, is that rapidly darkening sky and ominous clouds on the horizon. Sometimes, even when you know it's coming, you just can't prepare for the rain. We've driven on a lot of roads this trip, but we didn't expect this one to be the most treacherous. Tired muscles can lead to tired minds, but suddenly, those seem like problems for another day. It's good to remember that there's always a trove of energy to be found when the only way forward is through.
Look at this road. My God. It is a different place.
I'm serious, that was like insane.
That was really scary.
Our last hotel was the nicest yet, but all we cared about was 4 walls and a bed. Our trip spanned 9 days and covered 750 miles on the road. We're on the other side now. A little lighter and a little more wild. We made it back home in one piece. So it's time to answer my questions from the start of this journey. Where's my energy and where's the spark? A good routine will ground you. The muscle memory makes it easy and frees your mind for other things. You can stop paying attention in an effort to start thinking ahead. Routines are virtuous constructions, right up until they obstruct your view. Like when you skip the home-cooked meal to avoid the dirty dishes. Each time, you lose something. Now, a journey will reinvigorate you. You can't help but live in the moment when you don't know what's coming next. But you always come back to the world you left behind. So what then? The truth is, that spark, it isn't a matter of fuel, but of focus. It's all the difference between looking at the window and looking through it.